Yes. What's its main purpose, if I may ask?
Keep time.
Yes, especially it is used when we sing, when we play music, right? I brought this because I saw right in front of me as I was preparing my sermon. It was right in front of me, and I had to think about this very carefully. And I know that Rose's been using this for a while, here at the trained violinist. I wasn't a trained musician at all. This helps you to keep track of the tempo or rhythm that you're following. What if I tell you the church has a metronome? Wait. As you can see, I'm assuming huge thing. Church can sing? Yes, church can sing. Church is not the building. Church is the people gathered here. And church can sing. If church can sing, who is responsible for keeping the tempo and rhythm? Think about that. Think about that for a moment. If we're the church that sings, who is responsible for keeping the tempo and rhythm? Rose? Is it Rose? The organist? Pianist? Excuse me? The people? Would you say God? Would you say Holy Spirit? What is keeping us singing? What is keeping our church to sing and to dance and being joyful? Other night, I went to a bishop's meeting. I had a meeting with the bishop last Thursday at the Yorktown United Methodist Church. Our interim bishop, Jane Middleton, invited our district to have a kind of fellowship together. And that time, she showed us this movie, a documentary about leadership and symphony. An interesting combination. Where she showed us that the conductor was telling us about what it means to lead other people. And one thing that hit me the most was the conductor, if you think about it carefully, was the only person in the symphony that does not make any sound. And she was showing us that the leader is a lot like that. The leader is very similar to that conductor. Leader is one who allows others to make beautiful sounds. And leaders empower others to make beautiful noise. Imagine each individual here plays one instrument. Well, obviously, those play multiple. But let's say if we have one instrument that we can play together, and let's say this is a symphony orchestra, Zions Hill Symphony Orchestra. What would be the best way? How can we make a beautiful sound? It is when we, each individuals, bring their gifts, bring their instruments, play right on their time, tempo, keeping with the rhythm. But this rhythm comes from the direction from God. And it is hard to grasp that direction from God, really. In a simple way, the Holy Spirit keeping us tempo and allowing us to keep a rhythm of what we're singing. So I'm assuming another huge part, in order for us to sing well, in order for us to get applaud instead of boo, is when we hear the Holy Spirit. What the Holy Spirit is telling us and what the Holy Spirit is conducting us. When we listen carefully to what the Holy Spirit is conducting, then may we make a beautiful sound that we all have. Sometimes I love children's message because I realize at the end of the day, or at the end of the children's message, that it wasn't just for the children's. As I thought about this, This so speaks to us, even me, childlike faith. So today, let us hear what God, what the Holy Spirit wanted us to hear, the tempo, the rhythm, this sound. It means we should sing fast. Right? This means we should sing faster. If you are attentive to what Holy Spirit says, then we can do this. Let us today, for our worship, let us hear, let us listen what God has to say. Let us pray.